Well, hello, mamas. We are here to talk about creativity. We are continuing our discussion about the positive emotions that our teens feel about learning that are going to help them love to learn. So, before we get going about creativity, I want to hear from you. Is your teen creative? On a scale of 1 to 4, with 1 being not at all and 4 being very creative, let me know down below in the comments how creative you would say your teen is. And before I talk, I know I'm like before, but I want you to know about my awesome Facebook group called Teaching Teens to Love Learning. If you're not a member, you can join us after the video at the link in the description. So, creativity. That's our topic for the day for one very, very important reason, and it is this. Your teens who have a awesome imagination, your teens who are super creative are going to learn more. Your teens are going to be better critical thinkers. They're going to be better problem solvers. Okay? So definitely we want our teens to have an imagination. Because when I say, is your teen imaginative? A lot of you probably go, yeah, when my kid was little, he had an imaginary friend, or she loved to draw, or, constantly was creating a kitchen or some kind of, I don't know, something for the cars. I used to love my dominoes and my car collection. I still have my little cars I loved. But anyway, creativity, we usually think of little kids, but we want our teens to be creative too. We want them to use their imaginations. Now, I can't tell you where I read it or what exactly the research was, but not too long ago, I remember reading something that said our teens, because of technology, because of how much time they're spending on computers, their phones, everything like that, they're becoming less and less creative. Like literally, technology is taking away their imagination, which is terrifying to me, especially when you think about all the TV shows that have, all sorts of creativity behind them, all the video games. I know teens like to play, a lot of them do. And yet, still, this research said our teens are literally losing their imaginations because of technology. And I gotta tell you, mamas, if your teens don't spend time off their computer, off their phone, outside, hanging out with friends, drawing, creating, whatever, yeah, I can see that very, very possibly being a problem and being a real thing. So, we're talking about learning. We're talking about helping your teens feel positively about learning so that way they can learn more. Well, how do we tie in creativity to learning? Well, there's a lot of simple ways. You might immediately be thinking about craft projects, might be immediately thinking about art class. So definitely that is one idea there for you, is how can your teen be artistic with every assignment or in every class. Something as simple as drawing a quick picture to understand a concept is art right there. That is creativity. Something like your teen actually coloring something or putting something together, that is, as I would say, artsy fartsy. So that's another way to be creative. Now, a totally different way, we're talking more about critical thinking, more about problem solving. Your teen has, say, math problems. All right, like that's problem solving right there. Or if your teen's backpack is overflowing, he's got way too many papers, he's got too many textbooks, he's got too many electronics, many tools, whatever it might be. Well, how is your teen going to carry those from, say, the locker to his car or from the classroom to classroom without things dropping in the hallway, without papers getting lost? That would be problem solving right there. So, what else to tell you, mamas? Well, if you're just now joining us, haven't told me how creative you would say your teen is on that scale of 1 to 4, still want to know. And if you haven't hit that follow button on Facebook or subscribe button on YouTube, because we're live in both places right now, highly encourage you to do that right now, because there will be more videos from me, Jessica Coulter, the CEO and founder of Ace Cookie Tutoring and Study with Jessie, about emotions, study skills, and learning to benefit your teens. Because I gotta tell you, there's a lot of videos available right now, and if you need some help deciding which ones to start with, definitely would love to point you in the right direction, or even better, answer your questions one-on-one. Just shoot me a message here on Facebook or reach out on, my Facebook group. So let's see, mamas. What else do I want to tell you? It's like I just feel like I could talk a long time every time I go live. So I'm trying to think of the most important things. When it comes to critical thinking, I want you mamas to know that when I work with your teams and we talk about critical thinking, because it's part of one of the study skills I teach, retaining information, a lot of the times my middle schoolers, they don't know that word critical thinking. And with my high schoolers, it's usually a definite yes. If they're juniors and seniors, and pretty much most of my college kiddos know. But the reason I say this is if our teens aren't using critical thinking skills, this isn't something that they're using because they don't know how to, maybe they haven't been really presented with the idea yet, that is the perfect opportunity to tie in that creativity to encourage our teens to have more imagination before they lose it. And so they're ready to be critical thinkers before they really, really have to be at the high school and college level, and even after graduation when they need to be critical thinkers and problem solvers every day as a parent, as an employee, as an independent adult. So I think that's the last thing I wanted to say about creativity. Tomorrow we're talking all about hope. We're talking about motivation. So if you want to make sure you don't miss when I go live tomorrow on Facebook and YouTube, hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button, and even better, join me in my Facebook group, Teaching Teens Love Learning, at the link in the description. Click it, answer a couple questions, I'll be in, so you can get some awesome bonus material only available to my Facebook group members and see all of the awesome interviews from guests I bring into the group before, during, and after my upcoming events like Love to Learn 2023. See you tomorrow, mamas.